I gotta go to the barber shop. Gotta go get right, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm up in that truck for 2 weeks. I gotta get right. You know, you did. All right. So as y'all can see, it says this. There's a headline by Chris Adamski, Adamski, Friday, April 4th. You know what I'm saying? He just wrote this yesterday at like noon that we hosted the first round safety Nick Amari. I don't know if that's how you pronounce his last name or not, but you know what I'm saying? A wide receiver and a defensive tackle. Now, who's the wide receiver and who's the defensive tackle? I'm gonna get up into that, but first, you know what I'm saying? Let's do a little bit of reading this morning. I'm gonna read from this, and then I'll give my commentary on it as we keep going. All right. So, in addition to quarterback Jackson Dart, the Pittsburgh Steelers hosted 3 other draft prospects Friday. Among them was projected first round safety Nick Amari of South Carolina. Also visiting UPMC Rooney Sports Complex, where Iowa State receiver Jalen Noel, Oregon defensive tackle Jamari Cadwell. Okay, that's 3 people right there. Amari was considered amongst the most athletic defensive backs available, standing 6'3", 220 pounds, and running a 40-yard dash in 4.38 seconds. A 3-year starter. He was a freshman All-American in 2022, AP first team All-American this past season when he had a team high 88 tackles, along with 4 interceptions, 2 of which he returned for touchdowns. All right. And there's some film on that. I don't want to play the film because I'll probably get a strike for that. But you can see they were playing Kentucky. That was one of them. And then I think another one was in this game here. Who's that? Who is that? That Vanderbilt? I don't know. It looks like Vanderbilt. A productive 3-year starter at Iowa State, Noel, 5'10", 194 pounds, tested well at the combine, running a 40 in 4.39 seconds. He had 245 catches for 2,855 yards and 18 receiving touchdowns in his career, including 80 catches for 1,194 yards and 8 scores as a senior. Noel also often handled punt and kick return duties over the past 4 years for the Cyclones. The mock draft compilation website for NFL mock draft database.com reports Noel is a consensus day 2 draft pick. That's what they're saying, and that's what they believe. So Cadwell, 6'2", 332 pounds, is regarded as a 5th round pick after 2 years at Houston, earning all Big 12 as a junior in 2023. Cadwell was honorable mention all Big 10 this past season after starting all 14 games. The Steelers are in need of bodies on the defensive line, and it would not be surprising if they spent as many as 2 draft choices at that position. Each team is allotted 30 official prospect visits, not including exemptions for local players in the lead up to the April 24-26 draft, right? So we're allowed to do that. And that was a piece written by him. I will say this, like leading off with that, I will say this, that having, as you said, if the Steelers sign Rodgers, I'm boycotting. Look, I'm gonna get into that. I'm gonna get into that because there's so much that with the Pittsburgh Steelers. There's even something with the Pirates that I'm gonna talk about today. Like I will say this: we've been hosting a lot of guys. You know what I'm saying? We're looking at all positions. We're looking at all positions. You know what I mean? Jackson Dart. A lot of people are really high on Jackson Dart in the Pittsburgh Steelers building. I will say that. The fan base is going crazy for him in Pittsburgh right now. They're salivating over him, slobbering all over themselves, wanting to get Jackson Dart. The coaches really like Jackson Dart. And the fact that the Steelers like Jackson Dart, there's other teams that also like Jackson Dart and what he can do. He has the size. He's played some healthy competition to which where a lot of NFL teams respect that of the SEC, excuse me. He can make all the throws. His decision-making at times was questionable throughout the season, but I think for the most part, they are okay with Jackson Dart's decision-making. I do believe so. And on top of that, right, when he improvs, and an improv is when you go along, as it's a thing that the actor does, right? When you going along and you're making up lines and it's fitting the script of whatever movie. In this case, a quarterback improving is just during the game, during the play, he's able to extend the play, make the right choice, and make it look like it was a scheduled play with a scheduled throw on time, etc. And that's exactly what Jackson Dart is able to do. And I think a lot of teams are saying that.